Welcome team, I'm super pumped to go through this core workout with you, and primarily you see in the title that it talks about longevity. We're going to be doing some moves that are a little bit different, that are not only going to help stabilize your core and help you create that strong foundation a lot of you are looking for, but also going to help you live longer. We like that, right? We all want to live a little bit longer. So what you're going to need today is you're going to need a set of dumbbells. I'm just using 10-pound dumbbells, but feel free to have another heavier set with you. I'm just not going crazy heavy with my stuff today. And then if you can, get like a tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, just something that you can kind of like toss around a little bit, and you're kind of probably going to be like, why do we need a tennis ball? And you will see if you do this entire video, and you'll see how cool it is and why this can really help increase your longevity. So let's start off with a nice warm up. So coming on back next to my bike, we're gonna inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. Just breathe, inhale all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. One more time, all the way up. Exhale, bring the elbows back and down. Let's take the next circle around to the right side and really breathe. Last week was my birthday. I traveled to Washington, D.C. to talk to an amazing group of females, switch to the other side, in a sorority convention to talk about how to shift negative thoughts. Shake your head yes, shake your head no's. And tomorrow I'm moving to a new apartment. So next videos you'll see will be in a different apartment. Inhale, arch the back, push through around the spine. We're just gonna do a few cat-cows here. So it's been a busy few days. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the tools that I gave the sorority to help them with their mindsets. Awesome, just push back to a child's pose, arm nice and wide. Take the right arm over the left, hold it, inhale. Exhale, sink down. And just breathe here. I'll switch it to the other side. Hold it down, inhale. Exhale. So the movements we're gonna do today are really gonna target the deep core muscles that we tend to neglect. And if you know this already, if you know me a little bit, fingertips towards the body, you'll know that I have a core program called Core Revolution. It's got 30-day programming of follow-along videos to help you have the strongest core. Circle line to the right. So if you really like this video, after, go over and grab it. It's super affordable and you literally keep it forever. I have people who do the program over and over and over again. Switch it around. And push back into a downward dog, pedal out the feet. Sink down into each heel, push to the palms. Let's roll it on forward. Take the left leg outside the left hand, reach up high. Worst part about these headphones is every time I go to do that, my headphones feel like they're gonna slide off. Let's tap the elbow down to the floor, reach up high. Hand down, let's switch it to the other side. Reach up tall, tap the elbow down. Hand down, left leg outside of left hand, get down low, sway it side to side, chest up tall. Take a seat onto your butt. This is my favorite warm-up move to do to open up the hips a little bit more before we do core. Lift the leg up, down, up, and circle it around. Because a lot of times what happens if you're sitting all day, your hip flexors get really, really tight. And then when you go to do some core moves, you wind up feeling it more in your legs than anything. And we're gonna try to avoid that and actually have you feel it in the right places. Let's switch it to the other side. Down, oops, circle it around. A few more. Awesome, let's come on up. We're gonna do some 90-90s, front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees. Use your fingertips to rotate the toes to the ceiling and to the opposite side. Just shift side to side. Again, giving yourself the opportunity to just kind of breathe right out. Just be here. Oof, back just cracked. Awesome, we're just gonna roll out the rest of it because we are gonna be in our hands a good amount today. Clap your hands together, make some spaghetti. Make some meatballs, cheese, spread the sauce. Clap your hands together, make some spaghetti. Ooh, I just hit myself in the face with my nail. Am I bleeding? Meatballs, cheese, and sauce. Literally just, let's see if you can see it in my camera. I nudged myself right there with my nail while doing that. Well, be careful and don't mind my insanely red eye from the allergies here in Austin. It literally looks like I have pink eye right now, but I don't, I swear. Okay, so let's get into the first three moves we're gonna go to. We're gonna start off with the dead bug, then we've got plank hold slides, and then we've got these tennis ball slides. So we're gonna do each of these moves for 30 seconds. I'm gonna get my timer. I love this timer. I like it better when I don't have to use my phone for timing things because then I don't get like distracted. So what's really cool is you can set this for 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off, and you can set it for the 3 rounds that you need to go into. So let's go through each movement real quick just so you have an idea. We're gonna spice them up each time we go, so just be aware of that. So we're gonna change up a little bit as we go, but I really real quick wanna explain the dead bug concept so that you make sure you really feel in all the right places. So lay back with me right now. I want you to put your hand underneath your back. I want you to inhale, exhale, and try and squish your hand underneath their back and squeeze your glutes. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes. 1 more time. Inhale, exhale, squeeze the glutes. So you should feel this on fire. That's how you should feel the entire time when you're in any kind of dead bug position. Okay, so you wanna get really familiar with this feeling. It might feel like you're suffocating right now and that you can't talk while doing it, but you'll eventually get there. The dead bug we're gonna do today, we're gonna have our arm crossed to the opposite side. So we'll extend the leg out. We'll do one side, and then we'll switch and we'll do the other side. But you're pushing into your opposite knee and your knee into your opposite hand the entire time, really pushing into your sliding out. There's so many times where I did this in a couple classes and either people didn't have their hand on their knee or their knee was bent. Make sure you're really looking and taking the cues that I'm giving you in order to do this correctly so you feel it right. So that's gonna be movement number 1. We'll do dead bug again. Like I said, we're gonna advance this each time we go through. Second move, we're gonna just do a plank slide through. So you're gonna take your weight, you're gonna get into your plank position. You can make your feet a little bit wider. That's gonna increase the surface area, make it a little bit easier for you. You're gonna take your opposite hand that's on the opposite side of the dumbbell. You're gonna slide it through and then switch. And the idea here is to not allow your body to shift side to side when you're doing that. Last one we're gonna do, I told you to be on our wrists a little bit today, but we're gonna do this also in a plank, but we're gonna start just on our knees. You're gonna literally take the ball we have and we're just gonna toss it side to side. And don't worry, I'm gonna explain to you what this even does and why the hell we're even doing this and why this is helping your core and helping to increase your longevity in a little bit. So you gotta keep watching the video and keep doing it to understand it. Okay, so let's go into that dead bug position. We're gonna do this for 30 seconds. We're gonna stay on one side. We go in 3, in 2, and 1. I'm adjusting, I'm making sure that I'm pushing my hand into my knee the entire time. Also notice here, my head's on the ground, right? I know a lot of you like to sneak it up and do it like this. No, I want your head on the ground because that's gonna force you to actually keep your core engaged. And if you think about this, this is basically as if you're standing in real life and you're forcing yourself to have a nice straight back, tight core, and this will eliminate you from hunching and things like that when you're not on the ground. So there's a method to the madness. There's a reason why I'm making you keep your head on the ground. We're gonna do the other side in 3, 2, and 1. Extend it out. Push through that knee. Back is flat. There's no caves happening. You're not going that quickly because you want to make sure you're really feeling it in all the right places, right? Keep going. Extend it out. Oh, a few more seconds. I think. I can't see it. Awesome. Come on out. Rolling around. We're going into those plank slide throughs. If you need to do this plank on your knees, that is totally fine. But the idea, really biggest idea here is to not let your hips wiggle. So really push into that right arm and then slide it through with that left arm. You notice how I'm really taking my time? I'm shaking just doing this. Breathe each time. If your hips are wiggling, slow it down or make your feet wider or drop down to your knees. You've got lots of options here. Everyone always thinks if you do more of things that it's better, but that's not necessarily true. Awesome, come on out. Last thing we're gonna do is we're just literally gonna toss the ball side to side. If I had 2, I guess I'd try and juggle, but I'm not a good juggler. 2, and while on your knees, toss it side to side. On your knees is gonna allow you to have more core stability. We'll work on your core more, sorry. And I want you to follow it and catch it. And what this is gonna do is this is actually gonna help to make your brain healthier, right? Because now we're working on hand-eye coordination, which can be something that can definitely affect you as you get older. And that's why this is increasing your longevity. Whew. Hand-eye coordination. Awesome, come on out. All right, next what we're gonna do those dead bugs again, except we're gonna increase the challenge a little bit. So this time, again, watch this first. Your back is flat just like it was before, your feet are up. Your arm is here. You're gonna extend, inhale, exhale, your left leg out, and then you're gonna extend this weight back. And then come back. Extend it back, and then come back. But you are not allowing there to be a cave in your back, and you're not doing this quickly, right? You're taking it nice and slow. Slow is good. Second move, we're gonna do it into a bear hold instead of a plank. So get into a bear, which means you're gonna have your knees bent, you're gonna hover the knees above the ground, and now you're gonna slide the weight through. So you're gonna add a little bit more burn in that quad for the last one. And then the next one, you're gonna be in a plank again. So I said it was gonna be a little wrist heavy today. You're gonna be in a plank, you're gonna take the ball, and you're gonna toss it side to side and watch it. Make sure it stays in here. All right, are you ready? Kind of. We go in 3, in 2, and 1. Bring it back. Bring it back in. Extend it. I remember when I used to teach in New York City, I used to always do stations in my classes where we'd use like tennis balls or something. They'd always be like, what are we doing? I'm like, just trust me. Extend the legs out. Keep the core nice and strong. There's no cave in your back. Awesome, come on out. Bear hold. If this starts to bother your knees at all, you can always take breaks in between. You want to think about pushing those knees out while you're in this bear position. Your knees directly over that hip. You're pushing the knees out. You're sliding the weight through. Same thing here. As you were in the plank, really push in firm into that one hand so you can slide the other one through. Keep breathing. Oh my goodness, keep going. Almost there. Awesome, come on out. Into that plank now, again, a little wrist heavy, so shake your wrist out a little bit if you need to. And we're gonna bring this ball back and forth. You can make your feet nice and wide. Just kind of watch it. Play with it a little bit. Bring it side to side. Oof. Keep looking at that ball going side to side. Ooh, almost there. Awesome, come on out. Whew, we're doing this all one more time. We're gonna spice it up even more this time. So this time when we're doing those extensions of those dead bugs, we're gonna do a double tap on each side. So we're gonna go here, double tap on the left, switch it to the other side, double tap, all right? Next move we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the slides again with the weight, except we're gonna go bear to plank, bear to plank. So what you'll do is you go into your bear position like you just were. You'll do your slides, 1, 2, then you'll come back, plank, slide it, 1, 2, back in, slide it. You're just gonna keep doing that for 30 seconds. And last but not least, I'm gonna give you a challenge. Feel free to try this on your knees if this feels a little too sketchy and scary for you, but you're gonna get into your plank position and you're gonna toss the ball to the other hand. And try and catch it while you're in a plank. I'm gonna have to take my socks off for this because I'm sliding on here. If that feels too scary for you, do it on your knees, but try it, a little extra challenge. And again, this is gonna really help to improve your core stability. It's gonna really help to improve your hand-eye coordination so that when you get older and those things start to deteriorate for a lot of people, it's not gonna happen for you, right? Because you're gonna be like, oh, I've been tossing this ball around with Angela, right? All right, so let's go into those dead bugs. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back for 2. Other side. Core is nice and tight. Other side. Yes. No cave. We're breathing. We're proud of ourselves for showing up, even if we're trying something new and a little fancy. We're only cursing me a little bit, because you're like, oh, I kind of like her a little bit, but she's kind of, this is crazy. Here to challenge you, right? Into your plank, your bear hold, slide it through, back to a plank, slide it through, back to your bear. We're gonna push the knees out. Your back is flat. Your goal is not to go fast. It's to go slow and controlled. Almost there. 2, and 1. And we made it to your plank tosses. Let's try it out with the tennis ball. So excited to have a dog that's gonna chase us when I have a doggy. Ooh. Toss it and catch it. Oh. You're like watching this live, right? So even I can't get it sometimes. There we go. It's because you gotta really look at it and then trust that your other hand can keep stable. Almost there. 2, and 1. Awesome. I'd love to know how you did with that too. So make sure if you're watching this and you're doing this with me right now, comment down below. Tell me how you're feeling. I promise this ball stuff is not in Core Revolution, so still grab Core Revolution program. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Whew. Okay, so next thing we've got here, other pieces to really help your longevity, not only your ball, but you need to make sure that you're really stable on a single leg, because there's gonna be moments where you might go to trip and fall, and you need to be really stable on that single leg to catch yourself. And a lot of times what happens is as we get older, the risk of having a fatal fall is dramatically higher. And that's actually where a lot of people wind up not making it. So not us though, because we're gonna focus on some single leg movements. As we go through this, we're also gonna focus on our grip strength. Grip strength is also correlated to longevity with whole opening jars, opening doors, things along those lines. So what I'm trying to show you here is that yes, working on your core, this is gonna help to get you a nice toned core that you want to, but this is also gonna help you live longer and do things and function and live your life. That stuff is way more important than aesthetic stuff. The aesthetic stuff's gonna come. This stuff, Core Revolution, it will help you get abs. It will make you feel better, but it's also gonna help you live longer. And that's what I'm trying to really preach. It's more than just that. Okay, so, we've got single arm farmer's carries we're gonna do around the world, heel taps and hollow rocks. So farmer's carry, you're literally just gonna do it with one weight. And we're gonna do one weight because one weight is gonna make you a little bit more unstable. It's gonna want you to kind of lean like this. It's gonna force you to stand up tall, and you're literally just gonna walk for this one. You'll keep it in one hand. We'll switch it to the other hand at the end of the round, okay? Then we've got around the world. So we're gonna do different variations of these as well, but we're gonna start with a simple one. You're just gonna be on your knees, and you're literally just gonna put this weight around the world. I'll just do a couple circles one way, and then a couple circles the other way. Same thing, just like sliding that weight in your plank, you don't want to turn. And the idea here is it's gonna teach you how to keep this nice and stable for if you fall, you can get yourself to stabilize back to this position because you have a nice strong core and you know how to use it. Next one we're gonna do is heel taps with your hands behind your head. So we're gonna make sure our core is nice and stable, our hands are behind our head. We're gonna tap the heels down, bring it back up. Heel tap. And last one we're gonna do is hollow rock. So we're gonna get into a ball, pat your knees, extend out, and we'll rock out in a hollow position. If your hands can't be here, that's fine, they could always be here. And again, we'll advance this as we go. So are we ready? We're gonna have some fun with this? Yeah, I think so. All right, let's start with that farmer's carry. In 3, 2, and 1. Just walk around. Chest up tall. It's gonna help to increase your grip strength, your posture. You wanna make sure that you're not uneven while you're standing too. Keep going. Awesome, come on out. We're going to those around the world in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1 around the world. Just do like 2 one direction, and then switch it to the other direction so you get both sides. 1. And try not to drop it. I've dropped it so many times. You want to stay forward when you're doing this, looking forward. Around the world. Around the world the other way. I wanted to tell you some things to shift your negative mindset. I guess we'll go through that in the next round, but these moves are a little bit, again, they're making you think a little bit more, right, in your brain. This is hand-eye coordination too. Come on out. 10 seconds, we'll do those heel taps. So one thing I talked about, and I gave them a little worksheet on how to fill this out to help them, hands behind your head, heel tap it down, is shaking it out, dancing it out. And if you have been in my pull-up program before, you know I make you like dance it out before you pull up. So you dance it out. After you dance it out, you figure out your alter ego name. And you ask yourself, how would your alter ego, the person who isn't scared of anything, the person who is extra confident, how would they go about whatever situation you're in that you're having is negative? We're gonna do hollow rock next. So figure out what that name is, and when you're in those moments when you're just having a hard time, get into a ball, push out. Instead of saying to yourself, you know what, because you know in that moment, I don't believe that I'm good enough, or your negative thoughts are so wide, but what would my alter ego name, what would Xena do? And instead, borrow the belief from your future self, from that Xena, and allow yourself to get out of those thoughts. You're personally not gonna believe it right now, but you're gonna borrow that belief for them right now. This way you can get out of it. All right, maybe it's a belief in some of these moves we're doing. All right, farmer's carry. Let's do the other side, and we're gonna walk it out. Maybe you're borrowing the belief from Xena. And yeah, who would that person act like? So let's say you have a negative, maybe you're having a negative mindset on getting your pull up. And you're like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not strong enough. I don't have the time to do this. I don't have the time to figure this out. But Xena is like, oh, I'm gonna make the time to figure this out. And I know that I'm gonna get this, even if I have to work really hard to make that happen. And again, you might not believe that, but believe Xena. Okay, for this circular one this time, we're gonna go onto a single leg, and we're gonna toss the weight around. Yeah. Switch to the other side. So making you now add the single leg stability and the hand-eye coordination. You're welcome. Switch to the other side. Stay on the same knee, but just keep switching the weight directions and keeping forward. Helps me when I like look at something. Oh, awesome, come on out. Into those heel taps with your hands behind your head. Let's do some alternating ones. So here, you're gonna alternate. Let me tell you something, it's interesting because when I did that talk, I was definitely in a place where I was having a negative mindset about a lot of things that week. And it was really great to go through the exercises again for myself. You can either do that exercise daily, you could just use it once in a while. I also went through some other ones that were really powerful to help shift that mindset, because at the end of the day, you could be mad at yourself for having those thoughts and not being positive enough and not being a Xena yet, but we're human. And like that's human nature to have negative thoughts. But you can either allow it to rock it out, paralyze you, and do nothing, or you can take charge of your life and realize that you do have control. You have control of yourself and what perspective that you have on whatever that situation is. Keep rocking. You got this. Keep going. Oof, coming out. Around again. Other side for that farmer's carry. Your chest is up nice and tall. And you're walking like Xena right now. You're like, I am strong. I am powerful. Those negative thoughts I have right now, that's okay that they're there, but I'm not gonna let them overtake me, and I'm not gonna let them paralyze me. I'm gonna live long, happy. I'm gonna do this. You got this. Keep going. Awesome, we're gonna do the single leg stand around the world, but now on the opposite leg that you did before. Hopefully you remember which one. For a second I was like, do I remember? Right leg up, then I was like, I'm a Xena. Of course I remember. Oop, it's beeping more, hold on. JK. Good, circle it around. Chest up tall again, you're a few one direction, a few the other direction. Try and go in front of that knee, top of the knee. You're just trying to really stand on that single leg and keep your core nice and tight. Oof. You got this, keep it going. Awesome, come on out. Back to those heel taps. We're gonna do a single, single, and then a double. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Single, single, double. Single, single, double. Yes, let's go. Yes, keep it going. Awesome, come on out. Hollow rock. I'm gonna make you try and hollow rock with tossing this ball up and down. Because why not, right? Hollow rock, see if you can toss the ball and catch it. Ooh. I had told one of my clients the other day in our class, I have a small group training crew, and she's getting mad at herself for not being able to do these like single arm hold things we're messing around with. And I said, you know what? Just allow yourself to be a kid again and have some fun with it. So even if you're tossing this ball right now and you're not catching it, you're just having fun with it. Whew. Coming out. Final thing we're doing, we're just gonna walk one more time with that other hand now. Chest up tall. We're gonna strut our stuff. Chest up tall. Keep walking. Breathing. Confidence. You got this. All the work that I need to get done today, I got this. Although I wrote too much on my list today. I gotta back it down a little bit because I'm moving tomorrow. Next door, I'm literally moving one thing over. Awesome, come on out. I'm literally moving from one apartment to the next apartment next to me, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm a little nervous about it. We're gonna try and make it fast and painless. How you feeling? Make sure you comment down below. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this with your friends. And I'm telling you, if you really wanna get that strong, stable core, get Core of Illusion. It's literally so affordable. You keep it forever and all you have to do is click play and do it with me. So you'll literally have a game plan of exactly what to do every single day to have that tight, strong core that you've been looking for. And it's gonna help you live longer. And you get to hang out with me, right? Come on, that's like so exciting. Awesome, let's just stretch out real quick. So let's take the right leg over the left. Hold, inhale. Exhale, push the knee down. And let's switch to the other side. Inhale, exhale, push the knee down. So lay on back, take the right leg, cross it over the left. Inhale, exhale. Sink it down. So the same thing on the other side. Hold it, inhale, exhale, sink it on down. Hand in your heart, hand in your belly. Let's finish off with 3 deep breaths all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out. One more time, all the way in, all the way out. Give yourself a round of applause. Go get Core of Illusion. The links are down below. Comment, let me know how you liked this workout, or if you hate me. And I'll see you all next week.